Ever pondered on the reality of a world where allies turn into adversaries overnight? Welcome to a narrative that might seem like a plot twist in a political thriller, yet it's as real as the air we breathe. It's a tale of shifting alliances and unexpected aggression set in the heart of Asia. Today, we're going to explore the story of Iran, a nation known for its rich history and cultural heritage, and its shocking attack on Pakistan, a fellow Islamic republic. This is a story that took the world by surprise, sparking discourse on international relations and national security. Today, we delve into the chronicles of the Iranian attack on Pakistan. Every story has a beginning, a series of events that set the stage. Our tale takes root in a world already strained with political tension and economic uncertainty. The relationship between Iran and Pakistan, two neighboring countries, has always been complex, marked by periods of cooperation and conflict. In the heart of this complexity, we find Iran, a nation that had been under international scrutiny for its nuclear ambitions. Despite the pressure, Iran continued to assert its independence and sovereignty. The European Union's proposal for the revival of the nuclear agreement was met with a stern final response, further fueling the unease on the global stage. On the other side, we have Pakistan, a country battling its own economic challenges and internal strife. The political landscape was fraught with instability, making it a ripe ground for external influence and interference. In the years leading up to the fateful event, the relationship between these two nations was strained. The undercurrents of conflict were evident, but nothing could prepare the world for what was to come. In the backdrop, we must also acknowledge the wider regional issues that contributed to the tensions. The Middle East was witnessing a spike in gender-based violence, with increased calls for strengthened legal protections for women. This added another layer to the already complex socio-political environment. This was not a sudden, out-of-the-blue incident, but the culmination of a series of events, a chain reaction set into motion by factors both seen and unseen. It was a world teetering on the brink, a precarious balance of power about to be tipped. And then, in a world already teetering on the brink, the unthinkable happened. The day dawned like any other, but it was a day that would go down in history. Unexpectedly, a day that began with the promise of normalcy spiraled into chaos. The Iranian attack on Pakistan was not just an assault on a nation, but a brazen violation of international norms and peace treaties. The scale of the attack was unprecedented, a display of force that sent shock waves through the region and beyond. The once bustling cities were reduced to a chilling silence, the air heavy with the aftermath of destruction. The loss of life was staggering, a grim testament to the merciless nature of the attack. The damage caused was not only physical, but emotional and psychological, leaving a deep scar on the collective psyche of the nation. The immediate response from Pakistan was that of defiance and resilience. Despite the devastation, the spirit of the nation remained unbroken. The leadership vowed to protect their land and people, to stand strong in the face of adversity. The Pakistani military immediately mobilized, fortifying their defenses while providing aid and support to the affected regions. The international community, too, was quick to respond. Condemnations of the attack flooded in from around the globe. Calls for peace echoed in the halls of power, from the United Nations to the capitals of the world's most influential nations. The consensus was clear. This act of aggression was unacceptable and warranted a unified response. The global media spotlighted the attack, bringing the plight of the Pakistani people to the forefront of international consciousness. The world watched, captivated by the resilience of a nation in the face of such unprecedented adversity. In the aftermath of devastation, nations stood shocked, but the story was far from over. In the wake of destruction, the world watched and waited. As the dust settled in Pakistan, the magnitude of the Iranian attack began to sink in. The consequences were immediate and far-reaching, touching every aspect of life in the region and beyond. Politically, the incident strained already tense relationships. Iran's denial of involvement cast a shadow of doubt and mistrust, while Pakistan grappled with the breach of its sovereignty. International relations were tested, alliances questioned, and global powers found themselves on a razor's edge, navigating the tricky waters of diplomacy. Economically, the tremors were felt far and wide. Pakistan's infrastructure, already stretched thin, was further strained. The cost of rebuilding was a heavy burden, diverting resources from other critical areas. Trade routes were disrupted, affecting not just Pakistan and Iran, but neighboring countries and their economies as well. The global market wavered, reflecting the uncertainty of the situation. On a social level, the attack left deep scars. Communities were torn apart, families shattered, and the fabric of society severely damaged. In Pakistan, grief and anger became a common thread, weaving through every conversation, every gathering. In Iran, a mix of fear, confusion, and defiance took hold as the people grappled with the actions allegedly carried out in their name. Internationally, the incident sparked a renewed call for peace and stability in the region. Humanitarian efforts ramped up, with aid pouring in from all corners of the globe. Yet, beneath the surface, a sense of unease persisted. Questions about security, about power, and about the future continued to haunt the global community. The reverberations of this event continue to echo in our world today. The aftershocks of the Iranian attack on Pakistan continue to influence the political, economic, and social landscape. And as we navigate this post-attack world, we are reminded of the fragility of peace, the cost of conflict, and the enduring hope for a better tomorrow. The Iranian attack on Pakistan, a startling testament of shifting alliances and unpredictable conflicts. As we draw this narrative to a close, let's revisit the key moments we've uncovered. We began with an unsettling question that set the stage for our journey. We delved into the prelude, a period of mounting tensions and veiled threats. Then, we explored the chilling details of the attack itself, a stark reminder of the devastating impact of political unrest. In the aftermath, we witnessed the profound and far-reaching consequences that echoed across borders and generations. The significance of these events is not confined to the borders of Iran and Pakistan. Rather, it's a stark reminder of the intricate web of global politics and the ripple effects of conflict. In a world that's more interconnected than ever, understanding these dynamics is vital. As we continue to navigate an ever-changing global landscape, we must never forget the lessons learned from history.